Specify an area for accounting principle that post. Yes, one important point that we missed. Okay. Now what is happening, as I mentioned, in our GL postings only one will be considered as a real posting. This is for this accounting principle. How about this accounting principle? Even this ledger should have a real time posting, but you can see based on the ledger group. When you post a depreciation or when you create anything, when you do anything, so the amount gets updated even in this GL. But this GL 0L, if you see our financial reports based on 0L, we can see this depreciation. And if you see our financial statements at AL, we can see our depreciation at this level. So at any given point of time, we are not going to consider both 0L and AL. At any given point of time, we can see our financial statements only at one level, only one ledger level. Any questions? Just for an example, I'll show you that part. If I go here in F.01, here we have ledger. Okay. The ledger, either we will have to consider 0L or AL. If you consider it 0L, you can see the depreciation relating to this, and if you take AL, you can see AL relevant to depreciation. Now the point here is this does not have a real-time posting. So because of that, while saving, we are facing an error. So in order to do that, just double click on this and just mention here as area post in real time. Area post in real time. Just save. Okay, saved. Back. It means for every accounting principle, if at all we have 10 accounting principles associated with our company code, we need to have 10 depreciation areas, and all those 10 depreciation areas, all those 10 depreciation areas relevant to those 10 accounting principles should have this check: area post in real time, and rest all to be maintained as area does not post. All the duplicates should be maintained as area does not post, and only the one should have this thing. Any questions?
Nanda, why we are not putting IFRS instead of you put 1248?
No, 1248 is an accounting principle code, not the IFRS. IFRS is the description. Let me go back and let me show you that. Sorry. So ledger group, right? We are looking at for ledgers. So parallel accounting, if you go and see the accounting principle, here I have created 1248. This is the accounting principle. The description is IFRS.
Okay, all right, okay.
So this 1248 is linked to this 1248 is linked to AL is the ledger.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Then next, yeah. So we have maintained the depreciation areas, and when we try to assign now to our company code, we will have another issue. So 1248, save it, and we can see a parallel currency issue. Oh, ledger A1 defined in company code 1248 not active. Let me go and delink that. It is expecting A1 as well. Let me go and delink that. Okay, define ledgers for ledgers and currency settings. It says as A1. This is the one. Double click on company code and remove 1248. I've just delinked with this ledger. Oh my God. So some transactions have been already posted. So because of that, we can see that. Okay, so we cannot do anything now. All we will have to do is we will have to maintain the relevant. Okay, so do you know system is not allowing us to delete this company code because transactions have already been posted in this company code for that particular ledger. So because of that, it is not allowing us. Okay, then what we will have to do is we will have to create another accounting principle. I will say 1482 IAS, save it, and I will be maintaining the same thing here. Assign accounting principle, go to new entries, I 1482 accounting principle A1 is the ledger. Okay, now I will have to maintain A1 as well in our depreciation areas. Copy reference chart of depreciation areas. Just execute, double click on copy delete depreciation areas 1248. I will say accounting principle 1482 here so that we can have A1. Then double click on this, select area post in real time, save it. Now we will go back and assign to our company code. We can see one more error which we discussed yesterday. Assign chart of depreciation to company code, and I will say here 1248 just to save. Now you see parallel currency type 30 missing. So yesterday when I was explaining, so I told we were discussing about the same thing. At the time of creating the depreciation areas, if at all we have any if at all we have any parallel currencies, we need to have depreciation area for that parallel currency as well. Now, so how many parallel currencies do we have? Suppose if I have one, I will have to create one depreciation area for that. Suppose here, one more important point. Based on the ledger group, you will have to create. It means how many ledgers do we have here? AL we have, A1 we have, and 0L. So it means you need to create three. I mean, in addition to 0L, we need to create we need to create two more currencies, two more parallel currency related depreciation areas. So let me explain you this. Now I'm taking one and just copying it, and I will create one depreciation area. I'm putting two. I will say group currency for 0L. Normally we don't mention as 0L, we will mention it as accounting principle for gap. Okay, just press enter. Okay, and it should not hit in a real time. So what we will do, we will just double click again on this, and we will say area does not post. Okay, so just save it. Now it means what I have done, I have just created one depreciation area for group currency, and this is something relating to accounting principle gap. I'm not considered these two accounting principles yet. Okay. So it means I have created one group currency here for this gap and I've maintained. But we still have to create two more accounting principles, two more depreciation areas for these two accounting principles. Even though we need the other two accounting sorry even though we need two additional depreciation areas for these two accounting principle, we should always copy it one. All parallel currency related depreciation areas are to be created with the reference of one. It means by copying one, we will have to create. This is the condition. Okay, just select the same thing and copy, put 3. This is for group currency for 1248. And I will say